Jay, you told us. You told us.
You put the boots to that girl. And you put a line in her life.
Call y'all up for free.
Do you feel like they're trying to silence you?
Of course they're trying to silence me. That's why they sent shooters to 87th Street. Harold's Chicken and try to shoot me down in the middle of the day.
According to a shocking new blind item, Jaguar Wright is allegedly in hiding, fearing for her life. The report claims that both Jay-Z and Diddy didn't just want her silenced, they allegedly wanted her eliminated. In a jaw-dropping revelation, Jaguar's bodyguard exposed a chilling truth: a hit had been placed on her life. She's reportedly been targeted by the same powerful figures she has called out for years, and now, Jaguar is said to be living in fear after narrowly escaping what could have been a fatal moment. These days, Jaguar Wright has everyone talking, not because of her music, but due to the bold accusations she's been making. For those questioning her credibility, it's important to remember that Jaguar has been in the industry for years. She started performing at 13, and by the time she was providing background vocals, she was working closely with none other than Jay-Z. Jaguar was once a rising star in Philadelphia's neo-soul scene, representing Black Lily and collaborating with the Roots and Questlove in the late 90s. Her powerful fusion of jazz and hip-hop vocals gained widespread attention, culminating in her appearance on Jay-Z's iconic MTV Unplugged performance in 2001. That moment was pop culture history, leading to her debut album Denials, Delusions, and Decisions under MCA Records. In 2002, Jaguar Wright was poised for stardom with her debut album, but after her label folded into Geffen and the release of her second album in 2005, her mainstream presence dwindled. Fast forward 23 years, and Jaguar is now more known for her outspoken claims as a self-proclaimed whistleblower. She has exposed alleged dark secrets about industry figures such as Jill Scott, Talib Kweli, and Diddy. Jaguar's insider knowledge comes from being backstage and in the rooms where industry dirt was happening, claiming to have endured unspeakable experiences at the hands of Jay-Z, traumas she says still haunt her today. Some of her accusations have even aligned with actual legal cases, and when she started calling out high-profile individuals like R. Kelly and Diddy, people really started paying attention. The real trouble began when Jaguar aimed her allegations at Jay-Z, the very man who helped elevate her career. Now, things have escalated dramatically. Jaguar, known for fearlessly confronting some of the biggest names in the industry, is suddenly shaken, which is a rare occurrence for her. After her explosive appearance on Piers Morgan's show, where she revealed chilling details about Diddy and claimed to have witnessed ritualistic behavior, including girls being left in suitcases in alleys, Jaguar is no longer just speaking out, she is genuinely afraid for her life. As she continues to spill Hollywood's darkest secrets, the stakes have never been higher.
Please, I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drinking, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying.
It's wild, and she's convinced it's all covered up with hush money and NDAs.
And it's all done under the protection of, this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
Jaguar Wright believes all of these dark secrets are being buried under layers of hush money and silence. She's convinced the powerful forces she's exposed are using their influence to keep the truth hidden, and as her claims grow bolder, so do the risks. For Jaguar, it's not just about exposing the industry anymore, it's about survival.
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange.
According to Jaguar, the entertainment industry has always operated this way. with those at the top fully aware of the dark secrets, but opting to turn a blind eye. She claims it's all driven by money, with powerful figures choosing silence over integrity, because in the end, money talks.
He's got everybody on tape. They all know it. It's a mess.
For those who were never at these freak-off parties, what were they like?
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the world and the entertainment world run hand in hand.
Jaguar accused Diddy of being at the heart of a criminal network that has allegedly been exploiting women for over 30 years. She claims this is nothing new and has been ongoing for decades, with her personally knowing hundreds of victims tied to this system.
There's no vindication for me because for 4 years I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jaguar insists that these claims, no matter how wild they seem, are part of a larger effort to silence those who attempt to reveal the truth. She emphasized that Diddy is one of the most dangerous individuals she has ever encountered, making it clear that crossing him comes with serious risks.
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice.
According to Jaguar, Diddy is not the self-made mogul he claims to be, but rather someone molded by his mentors to wreak havoc on vulnerable people in the industry. She boldly named influential executives like Clive Davis and Lucian Grange as Diddy's primary mentors, alleging that they've protected him for decades. Jaguar suggested they orchestrated Diddy's rise, essentially designing him to maintain the industry's darkest secrets. Jaguar also delved into the notorious freak-off parties, revealing shocking details. She claims to have connections with sex workers who attended these events, and according to her, what they shared was nothing short of
And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know? And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of the both worlds, best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this yet.
Nobody talks about that project.
That nigga swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
We know why.
You know what? I got a better question.
Yeah.
How valuable is a Biggie Smalls verse?
Jaguar reportedly crossed a serious line by suggesting that Jay-Z was involved in some disturbing events, even going as far as to imply that he had a hand in Aaliyah's tragic death over 20 years ago. This bold accusation has raised eyebrows, with many questioning the extent of Jaguar's claims and whether she's uncovering deeper truths or simply stirring controversy.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This he been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years. He's fucking worse.
Jaguar didn't stop at Jay-Z, she also pulled Beyonce into the fray, labeling them a nasty couple and dropping hints about even more shocking allegations. These claims have sparked widespread reactions, leaving many stunned and questioning just how deep her accusations might go.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a f if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was f***ing the girl that didn't want you.
Oh.
Jaguar has been raising alarms for years, and her feud with Jay-Z is nothing new. Her accusations date back to her time in the industry, where she claims to have witnessed things others only speculate about. In her interviews, she didn't shy away from implying that Jay-Z might have had a role in Aaliyah's tragic death, a conspiracy that's been circulating for years. According to Jaguar, Jay-Z was bitter after Aaliyah rejected him and wanted to silence her before she could expose his unsavory behavior, especially with his known connection to R. Kelly. She alleges that Jay-Z knew about Kelly's predatory actions long before they became public, but chose to stay silent, following a twisted bro code.
Are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me and he's got it on tape.
While R. Kelly was allegedly falsifying documents to marry Aaliyah at just 15, Jay-Z didn't waste any time distancing himself. Instead, he continued to refer to Kelly as his bro and collaborated with him on music and tours, which raises serious red flags. Jaguar has been vocal about her belief that Jay-Z's actions are even shadier than Diddy's. She claims that Jay-Z operates on an entirely different level of questionable behavior, hinting at darker connections and a deeper involvement in the industry's troubling underbelly.
Like, people don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so fucking hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started f***ing with her and signed to the Def Jam. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most fully involved with, and that was Sean Carter.
In the realm of business, Jaguar didn't pull any punches either. She alleges that Jay-Z engaged in underhanded tactics against his partner Damon Dash by selling Rockefeller records without giving him a heads up. The motivation? Pure jealousy. Aaliyah, who had caught Dame's eye and started dating him, was also the object of Jay-Z's affection. According to Jaguar, Jay was so bitter about Aaliyah choosing Dame over him that he retaliated by blindsiding him with the sale of the label, showcasing the lengths he would go to out of spite.
All of this means something a little different to me than it does to everybody else.
How do you think Cassie's feeling about this right now, seeing her video go viral like this?
I can only imagine she's a lot more upset than I am.
Jaguar didn't hold back, alleging that Beyonce capitalized on Aaliyah's tragic passing, claiming that if Aaliyah had still been alive, Beyonce's rise to superstardom wouldn't have been the same. This theory isn't new. Jaguar has hinted at suspicious circumstances surrounding Aaliyah's death for years.
Please sue me. I want to go to court. And I want to talk about Big L on this thing.
Wow.
L was the one that put Jay-Z on.
Wow.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Logic simply doesn't add up. When someone like Jaguar Wright speaks out, the usual reaction is to label her as a conspiracy theorist, a clout chaser, or just outright insane. However, Jaguar isn't merely fabricating claims in a separate interview. She detailed her experiences, drawing parallels between Jay-Z's treatment of her and how Diddy treated Cassie, suggesting a pattern of abusive behavior among powerful figures in the industry.
What happened to Kathy White?
Someone should Beyonce.
Wow.
She kept the tea piping hot, dragging Jay-Z for his involvement with a 14-year-old R. Kelly, highlighting the disturbing dynamics at play. Jaguar didn't shy away from accusing Jay-Z of turning a blind eye to R. Kelly's predatory behavior, suggesting that he prioritized his friendship over the well-being of vulnerable young girls. This revelation adds another layer to the ongoing narrative of accountability within the industry, as Jaguar calls out not only individual actions, but also the broader complicity of those in power who enable such behavior.
So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice and acted accordingly.
Peers apologized to Jay-Z and Beyonce directly, admitting they had to cut Jaguar's comments due to legal threats.
But now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jaguar has literally cried during interviews, especially when discussing that viral video of Diddy roughing up Cassie in a hotel hallway. Her emotional responses reveal the deep impact of these situations, not just on the individuals involved but also on the culture surrounding abuse in the entertainment industry. She emphasizes the need for accountability and speaks out for those who may feel silenced, making her stance all the more poignant and compelling.
My name is Angelo, and I am Jaguar Wright's manager, friend, charge of security. I grew up with Jag in Philly, living most of my life on the Italian market, and the job is to keep Jaguar alive as long as possible, by any means possible, because
It appears that Beyonce has grown increasingly frustrated with Jaguar Wright's persistent comments about her, leading to considerations of legal action. This response isn't surprising, given that Jaguar has shared numerous unflattering stories about Beyonce and her husband over the years, often sensational in nature. With Beyonce currently under scrutiny for her connections to Diddy and Jaguar's recent incendiary claims, many speculate that she may be aiming to silence Jaguar to protect her reputation. It's clear that Beyonce is taking a stand, and the public is watching closely. Jaguar has long been vocal about her issues with Jay-Z and Beyonce, claiming that their rivalry intensified after Diddy's downfall. Some people previously dismissed her as unreliable, but with recent events, fans are starting to reconsider her assertions. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar not only reiterated her allegations against Jay-Z, but also accused him of being involved in the controversial Home Me Too movement. Furthermore, she made shocking claims regarding Aaliyah's tragic death, suggesting that Beyonce played a role in it. With Jaguar's allegations gaining traction, the narrative surrounding these high-profile figures is becoming increasingly complex and contentious.
I want to take her down. I happen to have a lot of power, and that's pretty sad.
So, in other words, you're Jaguar Wright's muscle, if need be.
Jaguar Wright's everything.
There you go.
Big L, a prominent figure in Harlem, was just days away from finalizing a deal with Rockefeller when he was tragically murdered. To this day, his murder remains unsolved, despite a childhood friend being arrested and later released due to lack of evidence. Jaguar theorizes that Jay-Z viewed Big L as a rival and may have orchestrated his elimination to prevent him from making significant moves in the industry. Additionally, Jaguar has revealed details about Jay-Z's alleged affair with Kathy White. She claims that when Kathy informed Jay-Z of her pregnancy, the situation took a dark turn. This revelation is particularly suspicious, as it coincided with the period when Beyonce was expecting their daughter, Blue Ivy.
According to this new blind item, she is allegedly in hiding and fearing for her life. The feline former singer is now in hiding and fears for her life. And again, this is allegedly Jaguar Wright. And the related headline reads, "The attempted silencing of Jaguar Wright, a deep dive into industry corruption and Gloria All."
According to insiders, Kathy White began to feel like a liability for Jay-Z, as she was threatening to expose their affair and reveal the existence of their child. This put her in a precarious position. Adding to the tension, Kathy's best friend, Claudia Jordan, allegedly received a warning from Jay-Z, cautioning her to remain silent or face dire consequences similar to those that befell Kathy. In October 2020, a blind item surfaced, suggesting that Claudia Jordan had always kept quiet about Kathy's mysterious death, but was increasingly convinced that an A-list rapper, presumably Jay-Z, was involved. The timing of Kathy's death was deemed too coincidental, especially since she had become problematic for Jay-Z. With such stories circulating, it's understandable why Jay-Z has developed a reputation for being someone you don't want to cross. And then there's Beyonce's fan base, the Beehive, which is notorious for defending their queen fiercely. They don't hesitate to attack anyone who Even messier, what do I all think is Jay-Z coming for Jaguar? This time let us know your thoughts in the comments and don't go anywhere, there's more tea on the way in the next video.